It's really good to have a bit of a catch up, Ryan, and thanks a lot for coming along today. And as I said before, we're halfway through our coaching work together. So the idea of today is just to have a bit of a take stock to see what's been useful for you in the coaching and how you've been getting on with what you wanted to work on, and before thinking a bit about the second half of our coaching program. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Fab, fab. So just generally in the round, how are you finding that this coaching is going for you?
Yeah, so generally it's been very positive for me. I've had some, as we've spoken through some of the, key achievements I'm trying to do, you've given me or helped me, go towards ideas and challenge ideas, some negative ideas which I had and create some more positive ideas. Um, and then yeah, just some tools as well, outside of coaching, how to monitor that, how to check, um, and how to make sure I'm moving towards these goals, at my own pace as well. So I found it very positive, yeah, overall.
And well, let's pick up that at your own pacing because we've had 3 or 4 sessions and it has been over a long period of time because of work and babies and all of that type of stuff. So how has it been knowing that like, you have a coaching session and then you have quite a few months thinking and mulling and being on your own between them? How have you managed to sustain your thoughts?
I think, do you mean how has it been, or how have I managed
Yeah, how have
to?
you managed? I think.
Yeah, I think by well, I'm always writing down notes, and at the end of each session, I'm writing down exactly what progress means to me. So, important action points which are for me. And then, these things which I was trying to improve on, they're happening all the time at work, right? And it's just been interesting to come back um, every few weeks, every month or so, and reading my notes and being like, oh, actually, I am making progress there. Um, I am, I remember we were, thinking about how my confidence in meetings had moved from like, where I was to where I am now to where I want to be, and thinking that, yeah, it has been improving a lot. And I don't know if it just became subconscious, but I think just like some of the ideas which I challenged when we were talking
Mm.
have helped to just create, yeah, a better, I guess, mind space or environment for me. Like when I'm trying to improve on these certain things. So yeah, I think like having it written down has helped a lot. I think coming back to it, and yeah, I guess it has been a long gap, but it's been good to see that I have improved as well. And then you just remind yourself of the steps as well, right? Like exactly where I'm trying to get to, why I'm trying to get there, and how I can get there as well. It's been good.
So you're definitely sounding more, I think, more motivated than maybe at the beginning. And how much does like you taking action and taking some control over this uh, leads to your own motivation?
I think, yeah, taking action and then obviously seeing results as well
Mm.
is very motivating. Like if you can yeah, put into practice some of the steps which obviously in coaching, you create yourself,
Yeah,
you're guiding me, but you're I think you have more incentive to do them as opposed to just being told do
mm,
this, do that. If you come up with something which is obviously personal to you,
yeah.
you have more incentive to do it. Um, and yeah, it's been when you see the results, that is the motivating factor, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And what sort of results are you seeing? Or what are you noticing?
So I think first is around um, yeah, confidence in meetings.
Mm.
So I think I was discussing, now, the team I'm in, it touches, every single team basically within the company. and just speaking up more and giving opinions,
Mm.
be that in, physical meetings in person, but also I think Jim discussing over email as
Yeah.
well. And I think one of my main things is, I also thought about this was just forming more conclusions within the work which I do. So,
Mm.
you can do all of the analysis in the world, but what do you think basically?
Yes.
What do you think we should do? What should the action point be? And that was where I was getting a bit stuck because I was like, oh, am I that experienced here? But yeah, we discussed a lot that I do have the experience. I've been there a very long time. Um, and just giving it a go. And I
Mm.
think I remember you saying, actually, no, I said it, that it's better to talk up in meetings. Uh, it's better to say something in meetings and be wrong, 1% of the time, uh, than to not speak at
Yeah.
all, basically. And that was pretty, um, yeah, that was, I guess, like a light bulb moment where it's like, yeah, I can just throw these ideas out. Most of the time, they're right. I've seen other people, say things wrong in meetings, and people move on and just go on to the next topic. So yeah, in meetings, speaking up a bit more in emails, you know, forming conclusions and being a bit more confident.
Mm.
That's definitely one area. Um, and then, so I guess that was like around meetings, but then there was also, trying to improve at like my internal narrative
Yeah.
as well, and thinking about where that came from. And we spoke a bit about my internal narrative and where I got that from, and then I started to realize that that was a while ago. Um, well, I probably was quite bad at public speaking, but I've done a lot of work, and since then I've started to receive like positive
Yeah.
praise and positive feedback. Um, I guess I just start to realize that really should be overwriting, the previous negative
Yeah.
feedback. It's not fair that one takes dominance over the other. Um, and also just like, praising myself a bit for the progress which I've made so far. Because I have been doing lots of work externally. So getting from I think I said like a naught in confidence in
Yeah.
public speaking to like a four now,
Yeah.
um, and just accepting that's positive change. Yeah. So quite a few things.
No, and there's a lot within there, isn't there? And I'm because I'm not Chat GPT, I'm not going to attempt to summarize it all with extreme accuracy. But what I'm wondering about with all these really positive things and ways of speaking is like, are you enjoying the way that this newfound approach is feeling?
Yeah, yeah. I definitely feel more confident at work, more relaxed at work, less stress. I guess
Mm.
that was actually one of the reasons why I started doing public speaking. Actually, was I just wanted to reduce
Yeah.
the stress. With two kids and there's only enough stressful thoughts I can have really. So you
Yeah.
want to just reduce them in any way you can. Um, yeah, and so it's been yeah. I do think actually I'm enjoying work a lot more actually. I'm not overthinking it too much.
Yeah.
I guess I definitely was overthinking when I would be sending emails to, yeah, like I said, with very senior people in it. Um, Always, yeah, just doubting myself a lot as to whether, um, you know, where are the mistakes? Where, could there be any? And really just, yeah, concentrating more on the positives. So, When you are, spending less time stressing, you just spend more time just being a bit more, well, yeah, creative, analytical.
Mm.
So you can spend more time doing that, which I think has come across in some of the work I've been doing in the last few months, which is good.
And so last question I wanted to ask, sort of looking backwards before we look forwards a bit about when you're saying it comes across, what are people saying? What are people noticing about the new formed Ryan,
For Ryan,
Ryan 2.0?
uh, I guess it's just here and there, right? It's just when chatting to people, either a lot of chat is done virtually, right? When I work from home 50-50 in the office, but people just saying that my emails are good. It's always covering um, any of the analysis which needs to be done. Uh, people say, I picked up this role, very, very quickly. Um, yeah, there's been lots of good feedback from different teams, really. It's been good.
And what about the scary senior people hovering there in their ivory towers looking at emails like this?
Those scary people
Yeah,
have
scary.
had positive. They've said positive stuff as well. It's been
Oh,
good.
nice. Well, listen, I wanted to really thank you because coaching is one thing, isn't it? Sitting down and having an hour worth of really working through and thinking out things. But after that hour, it's where all the work starts, doesn't it? And going out and doing these things with this newfound approach and attitude, and clearly you're having a go at doing this, aren't you? And you're sounding very positive about it. So thank you, and well done for making all these great efforts. If we consider ourselves like now a halfway point in this coaching, now let's envisage, some upcoming sessions. Don't have to worry about it too much today, but I'm wondering from what we've already done work on, are there any residual topics? So, for example, you said just before, I don't know why the negative voice still seems to get priority over the positive voice. Like, is that an example of a topic you'd want to work on?
Yeah, I guess that is. I think that's starting to subside a bit actually, which is good. I guess one topic which I guess hopefully naturally the next step it is something we discussed, which is like being perceived as more managerial, I guess. I've just started in this team, but ultimately that is um, I've been at the company five years. In a few years' time, I will be super experienced then, and then it will be I will be leading, bigger projects, which have, a lot more risk behind it and a lot more, eyes on it. And then it's just being able to have the confidence to, yeah, take control then, because then it will be getting together, um, 6, 7 different teams and, um, telling each team what is required from them and what is needed, and ultimately making bigger calls which can affect the business in a positive way. Yeah, that's definitely some place. I think yeah, I've done well. Like I said, improving in the meetings, being a bit more vocal, and the analytical work. So that would be yeah another step.
Okay. So the negative voice, you're trusting that will just fade away, or that it's going in the right direction. But working on your management and presenting in a more managerial style, that would be something to bring into the second half. Okay. And is there a specific aspect? I mean, you mentioned a few there about delivering projects on time and working with people. Are there specific aspects of how you want to present as a manager you'd want to work on?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a few people in the company who are very good at this, but I mean, they have moved towards sort of more project management, which is not really where I want to go. I do still want to do the analytical work,
Yeah.
but I just find them amazing in actually thinking about this. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, better. listening skills. I don't understand how they, you can have like a 2 hour meeting and then they can just summarize everything that every team has said without ChatGPT, and they can just. But I think it's a bit about experience as well, right? Being able to take in every team and all of what they're working on, and when none of that is, if all of that is like new terms and it's all fresh, that is very very complicated then.
Mm.
Yeah, so listening, and then I think it's just being a bit more not sure what the word is. I feel like it is manager. I don't know, just like, being able to easily, lead and get all the teams going in the same direction, basically. Um, via well, yeah, the good ones I've seen just very clear. Yeah, I guess it is directions, just clear what each team is doing, what is needed, when it's needed by. Um, and one of the main things for the team I'm in as well is just thinking about any associated risk, basically, within each of the teams. Yeah, so that's what I'd like
So,
to
so
get to.
without getting too technical, it sounds like you would just want to be all over it, right? You want to be all over the stuff, the teams, the projects, the movement, the direction of travel, and the risk.
Yeah, and we are quite a small company, so it's sometimes it's not there isn't a specific leader
Yeah,
really. Like it's just a group of you who are together working on the same project, and it ends up just normally being someone who takes the initiative or someone who's more experienced just takes
yeah,
the lead really.
yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to start doing that as well on
You
some of these
you want to be
projects.
the so the person who happens to have all the chunky pens is the one who's in charge, right?
That's how it works.
Sounds perfectly reasonable to me. All right. And if let's imagine that we do use our upcoming coaching sessions around focusing on whatever the word is it managerial or leadership or projects or whatever, as well as any other work that you'll do. Maybe it sounds like you've got a bunch of role models and people to emulate. If you made really good progress on that area, what do you think it would mean to you?
Um, Again, I think it would just be like what I've seen in the past few months, right? Just like nice, decent um, progress where I've taken action and tried to improve on it.
Yeah.
It's something which I think would be interesting. It would be fun, and yeah, a bit of a natural progression for me. I am quite ambitious within the company, so I think it would mean yeah, it would. I think it would. I think it's just about progress, really.
Yeah.
Just always trying to get better.
Yes, yes. Fab, fab. Okay. So does it sound like we've got a bit of a plan for some things that we can work on in coaching? Okay,
Yeah.
fab. Um, and I was going to ask, although that we're doing our coaching work, which is very different from mentoring work. Do you have also those mentoring opportunities? Do you have someone who guides and directs and offers their tips? Some of these brilliant people that you mentioned around. Is that part of your professional development as well?
Yeah. So yeah, I do have a mentor at work. He's great, but yeah, that is on a very technical level. That mentorship. Yeah, I could definitely reach out to some other people as well. I mean, my uh, boss, I'm trying to get more one-to-one sessions to ask questions around this. But no, that's definitely a thought. Actually, I could um, reach out to some of these people as well for a bit of around leadership, mentorship.
Yeah.
That's
I
quite an
mean,
idea.
I'm not making that as a suggestion, but one of the things I'm often told in coaching is although coaching is really good, it gives you the time and the space to do your own reflection. Actually, if what you want and need as well is some, professional input from someone who knows more, then have that person as well. Right? Have that person around the corner helping you. Okay, fab. Okay.
Yeah, nice.
So, as we come towards the end of this brief conversation, it just wanted to be a bit of a touch point. Let's just check in, perhaps thinking about today's conversation, but also all of your coaching today. You know, how would you summarize some of the learnings you're taking from all of this?
The Yeah, the summary is I mean, just around coaching, I think yeah, I've said this before, is it's good to just get these ideas out and to be led, um, just to be led through them, and to challenge some of them as well. I like the idea of coming up with your own actions, really. Like
Yeah.
it more comes from you, and then yeah, I definitely think you feel more inclined to
Yes.
carry them out. You've come up with them; they're
Yes.
your ideas, so they should, match your situation perfectly. Um, and I can't remember if we said this, but there was also just an element of, all of this is, we're trying to improve in certain areas. So keeping track of it, and taking notice of where you were in some of these situations where you were
Mm.
zero and how much you've improved, and just understanding that there has been improvement, and just making sure that you are kind to yourself as well. If you are in a situation where you have lots of young kids and they keep you up all night, and you've still got to go into work and be 100%. It's just being a bit, rational, that, you definitely want to improve, you want to make progress, but, sometimes you do need to just slow down and rest as well, which is quite nice to talk about.
So that sounds like just at the end a sneaky little extra topic is coming a bit of ye old work-life balance, which
Yeah,
with two under three, it's a needed thing, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
goodness. Well, listen, thank you so much, Ryan. I mean, it's always a pleasure working with you. It's always great chatting with you, and your reflective approach, and your yeah, trying to be kind to yourself, but also you pushing on and wanting to do things well seems to be a really important thing. So I'm looking forward to more of our coaching together, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you again for this.
Thank you, Charlie.
Okay, all
Speak
the
soon.
best.